So I usually start the podcast off with a intro or whatever, but I want to discuss something that's been on my mind lately. I know I've kind
Oh
of thrown
boy.
you both for a loop here,
Oh boy.
Uh,
but
Are you
somebody I
okay?
saw. Yeah, I'm good. It's nothing serious. I took or I saw a video of somebody saying that a cookie is better than cookie dough, and I just can't agree with that at all. Are you
I
guys with
agree
that
with
or
that.
no?
Cookies better than cookie dough, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wait, so you think cookie dough is better than a cookie?
Yeah, I do.
I nothing like a hot cookie right out of the oven. You let it sit for probably like a couple minutes and you eat it. It's nothing's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are you guys the type of guys that have ice cream with your apple pie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do that, but yeah, I saw a video of a guy was like making an argument over cookie dough, and I like cookie
Or you take
dough
the
more,
fresh
but
cookies, put them in a bowl, and then put ice cream on it. Also can do that with
I
brownies.
I normally
I
don't
like
eat cookies with ice cream.
If you
you
ever
don't.
go to a restaurant and they have a cookie skillet, get it.
Yeah,
It'll change your life.
I think you got that in Chicago, dude. I think
I
you
don't
might have gotten
know.
that, or I've gotten it with you sometime because I remember we
Really.
we ate that. Um, yeah, so I didn't have it this time. I just wanted to start off with that. Today we're gonna skip NBA because the summer league hasn't really been anything like crazy going on. There's some injuries or whatever. We have our Did You See It? We have a new segment where we asked Instagram for some questions. We have a couple questions to answer there. MLB, NHL free agency started today. And then we're going to finish off with some NFL with the Minnesota Vikings. We were going to do college football today, but since we have already to get through, we're going to save it for next episode.
Also, I didn't prep for the college football at all. So
I didn't
it's
either.
completely fine. Let's get off with our get it started with our Did You See It? Mine's
well, you're
really
not going
quick.
to ask how we're doing.
How you guys doing? I feel like I just saw you like 2 days ago.
Yeah, you did. I'm
A
doing
lot
pretty
can
good.
change in 2 days.
That's true. Very
Yes.
true.
I went to that fitness class I was telling you guys about again.
Mm-hmm.
It was a quad exercise. I like sat in my car and I just had to sit there because I thought my legs were just gonna cramp up.
Just shaking.
Yeah, it was rough, but it was good.
Yep. I did legs on Sunday and it's Wednesday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I'm so sore. Like I haven't lifted legs in a long time and I'm like in pain. But I
Yep.
got to I was walking out and like my legs would just like give out and I'd go down on one knee.
Oh my
I
gosh.
didn't even go that hard like at all. It was basically just like a normal
Man,
when I was actually hitting legs, it was basically a warm up for that. But
with leg day, you have to do much to get weak from it. I mean,
yeah.
it kills you.
Well, you
Heck,
can't
I
take any
ran
time off
yesterday and my
either.
legs hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
My legs feel like they're cement blocks right now when I run.
Heavy on.
I'm getting fat though. I'm at like 212. So we're getting to 225. So
Yeah.
Thomas, maybe the first time I've been not weighed more than you. So I'm proud.
Really?
Yeah. What, you think I'm fat?
No, I mean, makes sense. I'm getting
So
fat. So
I'll get us started with our Did You See It? Mine's really quick. I thought it was interesting though. Whit Merrifield currently had I guess the
I
record
saw this.
for most games played in a row, 553, which I guess that spans over 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Yeah.
That's broken now. He missed a game the other night, I believe. So I think the current one is Matt Olson, and he's like at 260 or something like that.
Yeah, and if he like wants to beat Cal Ripken, he's gonna have to play to like 2036.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know if that's ever going to be broken.
No, I don't think
But
so.
that was my little quick one there.
Colin, you're jumping on with my Did You See It, right?
I wasn't going to.
No.
Like, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, you guys can all chip in. This is, if you guys were on Twitter,
I was gonna say everyone has definitely seen this.
everyone has definitely seen this.
Oh yeah.
So, a little backstory. So Zach Wilson had like a girlfriend in college. They
Rookie
broke up.
mistake.
What? Yeah, mistake. Instead of dating a quarterback in the NFL, she's dating Zach Wilson's roommate. Weird. Good.
Best friend.
Breaking the bro code. But then I don't know exactly how it came up. People were like saying something, and then like, why were you doing this? And she said that Zach Wilson, like, why'd you break up with him? And she said Zach Wilson was banging his mom's best friend. So that kick started a whole set of
Oh my gosh.
memes and stuff.
It
That
is
was
everywhere.
hilarious. And I'll read a couple off. I sent it to you guys, but it's like the picture of Wilt Chamberlain in his stat line. And it's like Zach Wilson when his mom hosts Sunday brunch. And it's like 53 points, 32 rebounds, 14 assists, 24 blocks, 11 steals. That one cracked me up. And then this one was really funny, taking a shot at the Jets organization. So Zach Wilson banging his mom's friend marks the first time the Jets have scored over 40 since 2018.
Oh, yikes.
Did you see, I don't remember who they were playing, but last year when Zach Wilson was just getting like, it was when he was at BYU. He was getting like blocked by the O lineman or something when he threw a pick or something.
Yeah.
And it was just like the neighborhood dads when Zach Wilson comes home.
It was all over Twitter. I went to Twitter and everything I saw was about him. And so I spent probably like 20 minutes just scrolling through it. It was comedy. And the last one I'll say is you guys have seen Talladega Nights, right? Ricky Bobby.
Of course. Yeah.
One of the greatest movies of all time. So when Ricky Bobby has the cougar, it's a picture of Ricky Bobby in the car with the cougar, and he has his hand on the cougar, and it's Zach Wilson heading to training camp. It just makes it funnier that the BYU's mascot was a cougar, and also he's from BYU in Utah, which, as you know, a lot of weird stuff goes on there.
Definitely.
And he's Mormon.
Yep.
Oh, and then the update, because he tweeted today for the first time. He was like, took the boys to a club in Idaho before the camp. Poor self-service. What I miss. Great comeback.
I haven't seen something blow up like that. I mean, I was just scrolling through Instagram. And it was like 10 straight of the same. It was
so funny.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
And then Colin Cowherd, like I was saying before the show, he was on his show and he's like, I got to be honest. For 15 minutes, I was looking to see what Zach Wilson's mom's best friend looked like. He's like, I was genuinely intrigued. He's like, I looked for 15 minutes. It
looked like that Joy Taylor that he's with was just completely thrown for a loop. Like he was not expecting that whatsoever. So this week we did something a little different. We asked on our Instagram story some questions, and you guys put in a few, so we're going to answer a couple here. The first one that I have here is
Zach. Have you seen these questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I guess I should have let you guys know ahead.
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay,
we'll do them blind. That's better that way.
So we have the first one, and this is tough. I mean, it's just off your head, and I'm going regular season. So it says who do you think will be the best NBA team for 2023?
2023, so next year.
So I have to think, because I think the Kevin Durant sweepstakes makes such a difference. I mean, for the champion.
I think he's going to stay with the Nets.
He very well could. Very cool. So regular season team, I'm going to go Celtics because I think Brogdon's really good over there. And then I think Tatum's going to have like and Brown are going to have this like, this anger that they, how they just went out. So I think they're going to have a tremendous regular season. I don't know if they'll win it all, but they're going to be my best regular season team.
I'm going to go the Dynasty, the Warriors. Yeah. They just keep getting it done.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
And they'll have Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga, the cum bucket coming up.
Moses Moody has looked so. I mean, he dropped 34 in the summer league the other night. It's like somebody was saying it's like a pro playing with like at a YMCA league. Like I watched it and it doesn't even look like he should not be there. There's no reason why he should be playing in that. The next question was.
I had the Warriors, but I don't know anything about the NBA. So.
Same. I just look at the box score.
Can't go wrong with saying the Warriors for anything good.
Right.
The next question was, and we're going to go through this.
For sure won't be the Lakers. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Lakers, you guys.
That was going to be the first thing I said. But...
rip off the Band-Aid here. It says, when will LeBron James retire?
Hopefully tomorrow.
I was waiting for it.
I don't know.
I'm going to go 2026 because I think it takes 2 more years for Bronny to join the league. And even though you don't think Bronny will
be any good.
Shit.
Yeah.
So, hey, I had a couple. He was in Kansas City this weekend. He was in Kansas City. I had a couple buddies go up and watch him. Or I didn't have them go up and watch him, but they went and watched him. They told me. And they sent me some video. And I was like, so is he legit or is it like all hype? And they're like, dude, he's like the real deal. Like he was playing insane talent. And he's not going to be like a first round pick, but he'll be like a backup point guard.
Yeah, he will. He's going to be a first round pick to like the Thunder, probably not the Thunder. I think they'll be good. Like to the Pistons, and then because they know LeBron's going to come demand a trade because he's the lead GM. And then they're going to get a ton of ticket sales.
So
I really hope the Celtics draft him because that'd be super funny. If he went and played for the Celtics.
Do you think he'll be a lottery pick? Like, do you think he'll get that much hype?
I don't think he deserves to be, but I think he could possibly just because LeBron will go wherever he gets drafted.
Well, it depends on how LeBron ages the next couple of years.
Very true. Yeah, if he falls off a lot these next year or two, it's gonna have a whole big say in that. I put 2026 because I think he'll try to play 2 years, and then which I think if I did the math right, I think that's 2026. Which we're gonna get into that Robert Thomas deal, and he like the fact that we can talk about 2031 being like the year that the end of the contract. It blows my mind that we're getting to that time. Even 2026 sounds insane. And then the last question we had to answer here, we got a baseball one, and it said, will Albert Pujols reach 700 homers? He's 15 away. He's red hot right now, but can he get there?
Yes. I think we just let him play.
Yeah.
Like this year. I don't know. I
don't think he's gonna play next year though.
If our 7, 8, 9 hole hitters keep batting, well, I guess they batted well yesterday, but other than that, they've been batting like 100. So yeah, I mean, I'd run him out there.
Yeah, he's gonna need to a lot of playing time here as Tommy Edmonds just smokes a double down the line. But I have the game on in the background here.
That Tony Gonsolin.
Yeah. So I think Albert can do it. But it's going to be tough. I mean, 15 homers in the second season is going to be. I mean, he's going to have to really be clicking.
Yeah.
So it'll be close.
We're going to have to face a lot of lefties.
Definitely so.
He did hit one off a righty though.
Man, did you see it? He got his hands in on that thing and just like turned on it. It was like vintage Albert. But we can keep the baseball talk going here, and I want to start off with the Cardinals like we always do. What a difference 3 days can make, though. I mean, we looked absolutely dead and I'm alive. We won the last 2 in the series versus the Phillies. We won game 1 versus the Dodgers last night, 7-6. And we have 17 runs in the last 3 games in our 3-game winning streak. So bats are starting to get it going. But have you guys been able to watch much at all? I know you guys been pretty busy.
I actually watched a little bit of last night's, and then I think I watched some of the day before. It's literally just my stupid Bally Sports. Like, I think next year I'm going to buy the MLB subscription. Just say screw it. But,
so right now I have the subscription, and I think you can, every time I turn on the Cardinals game on there, it says blackout. So I guess you'll be good, right? Because you're in Florida.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I can't watch any Cardinals games, and I can like even sometimes I can't even get Royals games, depending on where I'm at. So I
guess because they want you to watch it on like the cable network.
Yeah, local network.
But last night we did something weird. It was supposed to be Liberatore starting the game, and then like last second they had Jordan Hicks as the opener, and a little wild. I mean, Jordan Hicks is always kind of wild, but he got through it. And I put down O'Neill is back, but he's not back yet. Yesterday, I mean, I texted you guys a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, and on MLB Network it said a tear in his wrist, and I was thinking in the wrist in AAA. So I don't know how he could tear a muscle. I mean, by getting hit. So I was like, that doesn't sound right. And then he had an interview yesterday that said he's going to be back in the next couple of days. So it could not have been a tear.
You go make a doctor's appointment, and they ask you like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "So if you were happen to get hit in the wrist with a baseball, could you tear?"
Yeah. So Carlson's red hot, which is helping out a lot. He's back in the 2-hole.
Donovan's
been
sick.
Obviously red hot. Yeah, he's available off the bench. He's not in the lineup today either. But we can't go without mentioning Corey Dickerson. Has really struggled all year until, he's been red hot these last couple of games.
He is like a career like 280 hitter, right? Or higher.
It's like 283. Yeah. So that's why in the offseason, I knew we had a bunch of guys coming up, but I thought he was proven, and we didn't know what we were going to get out of Yepes, or we haven't even seen Burleson yet. But Albert's obviously red hot right now, which is great to see. He's back in the lineup again tonight against a really good righty in Gonsolin. And I did this thing last night where, and I kind of want to start doing it, where on our Instagram story, post like an MVP of the game. And last night, without a doubt, it had to be Packy Naughton. It was a
Yes, I watched that. That
one-run
was
game,
electric.
man. Oh my gosh! And this is the guy that came to us with like a 6 ERA in his career with the Angels, and I think he played with somebody else. But
He's been doing so good.
bases loaded. I think that there was no out. He got 2 pop outs, right? 2 like little shallow fly balls.
Who did he face? It's like the Dodgers lineup. Like everyone's good.
Yeah, he faced. Let's say Bellinger was the last one.
Yeah.
So I think just
speaking of Bellinger, he's fallen off a cliff. It makes me happy.
Gosh, man.
Wins an MVP and then can barely hit over 200.
It makes you wonder what was happening those. I mean, he had a good year and then he had that tremendous year, and then since that he's been nothing. So it makes you wonder, like, if something he was doing something, or
I always think he looks like he's high as a kite.
He definitely does. Yeah,
his eyes just look like it.
Oh, definitely. But I know I think he faced. I think it was definitely Bellinger, and then I want to say Justin Turner, and there was somebody else in there. But yeah, he got 2 shallow fly balls and then just blew 95 right by Bellinger.
Yeah, domination.
It was pretty electric, and I think he's got like a sub-1 ERA or something like that in the bullpen.
Yeah, you got to keep him. Speaking of bullpen,
and
lefties,
yep.
We called back McFarland and sent down Zach Thompson, which to me, literally, like, are you stupid? Mm-hmm. It didn't make any sense to me.
Well, we made another
contract thing.
Yes, it has to be.
We made another move today. I don't think you guys would like.
No.
Did you see it?
Yeah, Verhagen. I put it on the thing.
Oh, so yeah, we called Verhagen back, sent down Libby. Libby's got the most miles of anybody on this team. He's going up and down constantly.
Yeah, for real.
But we have a couple guys doing that. Packy's been up and down. Junior Fernandez has been really good out of the bullpen. He's the one who loaded the bases last night. But none of his runs were earned because when Trey Turner got it was like catcher interference with Kisner.
Okay.
And so Junior gave up, I guess, 1 in that inning, but it was unearned, so he still got 0 earned runs in like 14 innings.
Nice.
Yeah,
he's still up here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been really, really good.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else Cardinals wise? You want to move on to All-Star snubs?
Oh, quick thing, Cardinals. I saw the new prospect list came out, and we have the most prospects in the top 100.
Yeah, we have the obvious one.
I forgot 6, 7.
I was gonna say 6. 6 sounded.
The one I'm excited for, like Walker.
Oh yeah,
Burleson's in there.
Mason
Libertor,
Wynn.
I think, still counts.
Yep, Libby counts. Yep.
Tink Hintz, that's the guy I was talking about.
Dude,
he's striking out 15 batters for 9 innings.
Yeah, he's electric. He's absolutely
crazy.
electric.
You got to call him up.
Yeah, no, he was the one name I keep seeing. If we were going to get like Luis Castillo, I saw a couple mock trades or whatever, and they said throw in Tink, and I want to see what he can do.
I was gonna say I don't want to do that.
No, I don't at all.
I've never heard of he's a starter, but he's pitching 3 innings right now because he's on like a pitch count. But 15 strikeouts anywhere is crazy.
Yeah, so they're doing instead of like you said, starting him and then every 5th day or whatever, they're doing like 2 or 3 days in between and like 2 innings at a time. It's kind of odd. So I mean, he pitches a lot, but or pretty frequently. But right now, Waino is facing Gonsolin, and like we've talked about in the past, Gonsolin's 11-0 with a ERA. He's just been insane. Could very well be the starter in the All-Star game. But speaking of the All-Star game, we got a bunch of snubs to cover here. I'm going to focus on 3. I'm just going to name them off real quick. Dylan Cease has got to be in the All-Star game. I know most of these guys will probably end up making it anyway because of people sitting out or whatever it may be. But Dylan Cease was the name. 8-4, 2.30 ERA, 142 strikeouts, which is 5th in all of baseball. Ty France, I know he missed, but he's got to be in there. I'd say
300, 306.
Yep, with 45 RBIs, and then I mean, every team, we've talked about how much we hate it. Every team needs a player or whatever. Luis Castillo, but I think Brandon Drury, we saw him in person. I think I even mentioned to you guys, like, this guy's like legit 276, 18 homers, 50 RBIs, doesn't make the All-Star team. But there's a couple other ones I didn't mention that are pretty big, but I'll let you guys take
Austin
over.
Riley's one who I think this is one thing. They have the like DH now. So they pick like people who actually play DH. I think it should just be like whoever hits good. Like anyone can play DH, you know what I mean? So put Austin Riley there instead of William Contreras, who's going to be starting for the National League, which I think is kind of dumb. Ty France is a big one for me because he's batting over 300, has a bunch of RBIs, and what's his face? Vladdy's batting 266 right now. Like he has the home runs and like 19 homers, 54 RBIs, but Ty France is pretty close to that.
Did they have a third first baseman? Because the National League, we had Goldie, Alonso, and Crone. Did they have a third one that made it over France?
I don't think so.
Okay. He's gonna end up in it. He's gotta.
They had a ton of outfielders. They had Luis Arias, which
he's the third one.
He's the second. They only have 2 first basemen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have a ton of they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 backup outfielders. Buxton, Tucker, Springer, Benintendi, and Julio Rodriguez.
So, I mean, you and I listened to that same podcast this morning. I don't know how far you got into it, but they were saying how J-Rod should not have made it, or one guy was making an argument J-Rod should not have made it over France.
I kind of agree with it.
Yeah.
For the one lone Mariner spot, I think Ty France is batting over 300 as like a 3. What's his on base percentage? It's high, 379. Like, he's doesn't have the stolen bases and stuff, but like he can hit.
Yep, definitely.
Also, a person I guess you could technically put in the DH, but the AL's DH are stacked. And then another guy was a relief pitcher for the Red Sox, John Schreiber.
Dude's filthy. Yeah.
He has a 0.6 ERA. 0.6. He's pitched 30 innings. I guess that's a knock. I don't know how many innings Helsley's pitched, but I don't think it's that much more.
But Schreiber's not a closer, so he's not going to get the recognition like all the other.
But Helsley doesn't have the save stats either. Like Gallegos
definitely
closed the game out yesterday, or not yesterday. Yeah,
I was questioning that for a second. He gave up a leadoff homer to Freddie, and I was like, oh no.
And Schreiber's striking out 11 per 9 innings, which is pretty dang good.
So there's one big name.
Tommy Edmonds, 1, 2.
Definitely.
Like 6th in WAR to lead.
There's a pitcher that I'm thinking of that you guys haven't named. You know what I'm thinking of? National League pitcher.
National League.
Yep. You put him in your top 10 pitchers list. I had him on the outside.
Oh, Zach Wheeler.
Easily should make it.
Yeah.
Yep. 100% should.
Do you think he didn't get it because of just
there's a ton of
the rule?
It's got to be that rule. Because I mean, if anybody can tell me that Joe Mantiply deserves it over Zach Wheeler, you're out of your mind. Like,
Wheeler's a starter, not a reliever.
I'd have to see the list to
like the starting pitchers for the National League are Sandy Alcantara deserves it. Corbin Burns deserves it. Musgrove deserves it. Max Fried.
Him and Wheeler are close. Him and Wheeler.
Tony Gonsolin deserves it. Luis Castillo, Wheeler should be in, but Cincinnati needed someone. Kershaw, I have no idea what his stats were like, but I think they're just picked him because it's in LA and he'll probably start. I think he's going to start just because, even though Sandy probably deserves it.
Yep.
I mean Carlos Rodon made it.
Gonsolin, he might get the nod too.
Yeah. It's probably be a Dodger, unfortunately.
So kind of like what I said a couple minutes ago, did they have only 2 third basemen then for the National League? Did they only have Machado and Nolan?
Machado and Arenado, I believe.
Because man, you can make an argument for Drury and Riley to be on that roster also.
Yeah.
So there's always snubs in the All-Star game.
Schwarber made it. Like he's hit a lot of home runs and RBIs, but he's batting 220. My biggest one is Juan Soto. Josh Bell should have been in over Juan Soto.
Definitely. 100%. Yeah, Josh what was that stat they were talking? He's got like he's the only player or first base in baseball with the lower than 15 strikeout percentage and like a certain walk percentage. Like he's just
Oh,
like,
really?
and a stat that we haven't mentioned on here that I think is really valuable is WRC plus, which is like 100 is the average hitter. Anything above that is better than average. He's like 130, which is like extremely good.
Yeah.
Which I always thought that was interesting. But yeah, Juan Soto's there for the name.
What is
Definitely.
that metric?
It has something to do with where they play and like the conditions and what they play in. There's more to it, but I looked it up one time, and I whenever I was figuring it out, I was like, or reading it, I was thinking
Like
this is
based
like
on their home
really
ballpark.
Good. I think so.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
takes the statistic runs created and adjusts that number to account for important external factors like ballpark or era.
Yeah.
How did they take era? No,
I don't know.
Crazy,
doesn't
right?
make sense to me.
Yeah.
They're always coming up with some like new stat where you're just like,
Yeah.
what the heck is this?
Another major point of the All-Star break is the home run derby. Everybody loves a good old home run derby. So we officially have 6 guys listed. We have 2 more to be added. Kyle Schreiber. I mean, he's just built for that, isn't he?
I think he'll be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, Ronald Acuna Jr., Albert Pujols is in it, boys. Albert Pujols is in the home run derby.
He's gonna get gassed.
Oh, that's what I was telling somebody. I was like, his endurance is the biggest thing. Like
He's probably gonna get hurt or something.
Yeah. He's probably
Yep.
gonna
Can we
hurt
count
himself.
his home runs in the home run derby to his total?
seriously.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he does the Soto last year and figures out his swing.
Yeah.
You know, he gets it going. But speaking of Soto is in there. And we were kind of bagging on Soto there a second ago. Did you know he has like more walks than hits? Like he has no protection, so they're not pitching
Yeah.
to him. So that's why I mean it's hard to level up baseballs when they're, you know, giving you your
Yeah.
best. Pete Alonso's in there. We all three despise that man, but he's won a couple of them. And then just like as 5-10 minutes before we filmed, Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners in there, which I think is interesting because he doesn't
Yeah.
give me that home run derby style guy.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's going to be Schreiber and Alonso probably just mashing
Yeah.
baseballs. I could definitely see that.
I just
But
think
2
like
more.
Acuna and Rodriguez, they're not as big, so
Yeah.
they swing so hard
Mhm.
every time.
Yep.
Like I would break my back.
I wonder who those 2 more are going to be. I can't think off the top of my head.
I hope it's Stanton.
I was about
Giancarlo
to
Stanton
get the
is by
name.
far the funnest guy to watch. He hits
Yeah,
a
that's
lit,
the-
or Judge.
I'm afraid Judge won't because they will be like, okay, you got to be careful. Like he's so injury prone. Like they
Well,
have to
he
be sure
did
with
it.
him.
Him and Stanton did it in Miami. They both
Didn't-
did it.
Who
And
won that?
Judge like won, and he hit everything opposite field. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
I thought Judge had won that
440 oppo.
Yeah. Yeah, should be interesting. I know a lot of people are hating on the home run derby. Some people don't like it, but a lot, like the majority of people do. Are you guys both fans of it?
I like it. Do you guys like the new timed version or the 10 outs?
I like the 10 outs, I think, more.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
kinda
like the
t-
timed.
I kind of like the time.
It makes it closer.
Yeah.
You see more homers.
That's
yeah,
true.
That's true.
I think I just have that vintage memory of Josh Hamilton. You guys
Yeah.
remember that one
Yeah.
in New York? Oh man, I think he had like 28. I don't know if that is still the record or not.
I
I
don't
think
know.
somebody might have broken that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
that's like the
Vladdy could
vintage
go
one.
into the home run derby again. He
He
was a
definitely
beast.
could.
That's the
I
only-
saw
that's-
Pujols in the home run derby and when it was in St. Louis because he was in that
Mhm.
one. He did very bad.
I
He's
remember
never done good
watching,
in a home run derby.
Oh.
I remember watching Daddy Vlad in the
Mhm.
home run derby. He won it. I don't know what year that was, like 28.
Do you remember where that was at? Because I'm picturing San Francisco.
I remember I was in Colorado.
Okay.
I think that what do you know what year that was? So like 13, maybe. Sound right?
Something like that.
Prince Fielder
a
won
bunch
it
of-
when it was in St. Louis. He hit like a 500-foot
Yeah.
homer, like right center where that pitch clock is,
Yeah.
like in that gap where you're going to the concourse. He like
Yeah.
that's, and then Nelson Cruz hit one to the 4th deck in left field, and me and my dad both looked at each other like, "Oh my god!"
That's the one I was going to talk about. Yeah, I remember Nelson Cruz hitting that thing. Was Ryan in that?
Who?
Ryan Howard, was he there?
Maybe. We
Because,
literally,
I
my
mean-
mom made like this book of pictures. It was
Okay.
like the prime like people that of
Oh,
like
yeah.
our like
Our
generation.
childhood.
It was
Mhm.
awesome. Like Ichiro, A-Rod, even though we
that's
don't like
awesome.
him.
That's
Jeter
awesome.
probably. It was
So
awesome.
I usually bring teams to talk about, but with the snubs and the home run derby, I didn't today. But I can't go on the hockey without mentioning the Orioles winning 9 straight games, guys. And the
They're
Mariners are up.
500.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Mariners are up 1-0 right now. This will be their 10th straight win if they pull it out too.
Jeez.
So those two teams are red hot right now.
Nuts.
And the Orioles are in Chicago versus a sucky Cubs team. So they could pull off, 11-12.
The AL East is all over. Is 500
Oh my
or better.
gosh, man, it's crazy.
Well,
So-
yeah, and the Blues is have won they've won.
They
2
fired their
in the last,
manager.
11?
They
Yeah.
fired him today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to some NHL because today was a big day. NHL free agency. We can I guess knock those out of the way. Robert Thomas 8-year extension, right? Or just
Yeah.
Extension.
64
next year.
mil. 64 mil for Robert Thomas. David Perron signs with the Detroit Red Wings. So unless he comes back for like a 5th time, I don't think we'll see him again.
Joining
Yeah, that one's
Husso, right?
heartbreaking.
That's tough. That's
That
very
one
tough.
sucks.
Isn't Husso's in
He
Detroit
also-
too? So that's probably why he went
Yeah,
there, because Husso.
And Oscar Sundquist. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all there.
Sonny's there, yeah.
Elite
Actually,
players.
Detroit's gonna have a pretty decent team. I think they'll make the playoffs this year, or
They're
they'll
a
be
lot-
pushing for the playoffs.
That's the one I wanted to talk to you about. Is like they're very close with, or they're very similar to Ottawa, where Ottawa is pulling in a bunch of talent right now. But where does the defense?
I think
I mean-
Detroit's much better than Ottawa.
I would agree. Defensively, I think they're better. They got Talbot, which I think helps them a lot. But I was looking, and they're
What
like,
was his contract? Because I didn't see that.
I think he was traded.
Oh, really?
I thought maybe not, but I could have
Oh.
sworn he was. No, their top 2 lines. They got Claude Giroux today. I know he's older, but
Yeah.
him,
Well, he's
DeBrincat.
not a top 2 line kind of guy.
The list they had him on the top 2 with DeBrincat, but yeah, he's older. He'll probably
Well, yeah. I mean, they
fall
got
down.
DeBrincat. They just signed. What's his name? From the Rangers, Andrew Kopp.
Oh, Detroit did, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they signed Sherratt, which I didn't love that, but
I did not see that. Detroit got Sherratt.
yeah,
Okay, I
on a
didn't see that.
pretty big contract, which
Okay.
I thought was too much. I can pull it up. Let me see.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think Detroit is going to be a pretty good team this year.
Definitely. I mean, they're in the East, so it's always. I mean, it's going to be
Always
jam
tough.
packed.
Do you guys
The
think
other
we overpaid Robert Thomas?
no, but I see a lot of people saying we did.
I think he just needs to score some more
Possibly.
goals, maybe.
Yeah, if he can find a little more scoring, then which I think
I mean,
he will.
He's like, I think he's 23. I think he could be a 100-point guy. He really could. He had
yeah.
like 79 this year.
Yeah.
Other Blues name, Nick Leddy is returning. I mean, some people were talking like 7 years for Nick Leddy, and I was like, ooh,
Fuck
'cause he-
no.
yeah, he's like 31, 32. But
We signed him to too much. It's too much money too.
yeah.
He doesn't like, I don't know. He doesn't fit the role that he's going to be playing. That's not where he
Yep.
should be right now. We're just
But
weak on the blue line.
with them throwing a lot of money at Thomas and Leddy, I feel like there's 2 names that are not going to be a Blue next year. I think Vladdy Tarasenko is gone,
Yeah.
and I think Torrey Krug might as well be traded. As well.
I hope we trade Krug. I mean, he's a good player. He's too
Mhm.
small. He's just, I don't know. And
And-
he's not soft, but he's just too small.
And Perunovic is like a mini him anyway. You
Right.
know, he's going to end up being.
Who we still need to resign.
Yeah.
So we haven't signed Mikola, Perunovic, and I'm missing a couple more. But those are the 2 big ones that I can think
Mhm.
of.
So I mean, I'm leaning closer and closer. Apparently, Robert Thomas was with the Kachuk family today, and I'm leaning closer and closer to Vladdy Tarasenko being let go. We trade Krug, get that contract off the books, throw a bunch of money at Kachuk,
Yeah, I
and
mean, that'd be great. But
I
This
could
year or
definitely
next
see it
year?
happening.
Can we
This
this
year.
year?
Yeah,
But I'm all about that go for it.
I traded
But
for him on NHL 22.
We
Vladdy
need,
and some picks. Worth it.
we need some help on the blue line. So
You
I
think
want to be
still,
completely
even
honest. What is the blue line?
just the
defense.
Okay.
Defense. So
Now we're speaking my language.
I'm trying to think. So right now we have Falk, who can play with anybody.
Yeah.
Parayko as our 2, like our second line. And then our third line, really in reality, should be Leddy, but it'll be Parayko, Leddy on the second line pairing, right? Third line will be Prunovic,
Bortuzzo.
Mikkola.
I mean, you got Bortuzzo and Mikkola and Scandella. Those really fill out the last 2 out of 3.
Scandella.
I know. So how I think it's going to be, last year, I think they might change it near the end, but it was always Parayko and Mikkola together for the longest time.
Yeah, because Mikkola and Prunovic won't play together because they're both left-handed.
Yeah.
Jesus, does that mean Leddy will be our? I think it'll be Parayko, Leddy, Mikkola, Falk, Prunovic, and Bortuzzo or Scandella. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Isn't
Yeah, I agree
horrible,
too.
but it's definitely not like great. So
What'd you say, Zach?
I said I agree too.
Okay. It's not terrible. You don't have that big guy that we were talking about, that we needed, but
You know who we should trade for?
who's that?
Is this guy I wanted to trade for on NHL? He's one of the fastest guys. He plays Hughes. Is he a defenseman for the Canucks?
Quinn Hughes?
Quinn Hughes?
Yeah, look at me go. He's
Quinn
fast.
Hughes. He's very fast. Really good passer as well.
Throw the bank at him. He's a Gretzky Jr.
So speaking of the Canucks, that was another name, not a big household name, but Dakota Joshua of the former St. Louis Blue, I guess, is now a Canuck. He was like a 4th liner guy, but we can get into some of these big names. I guess we'll start off with
we signed Noel Achari too.
That's right.
Just 1-year deal, but he's a veteran guy that's just gonna. He's a tough guy, so I'm fine with.
Goalie, right?
What?
Oh,
is he a goalie?
No, it'll be a 4th line forward. We picked up Detroit's backup goalie.
I forgot to mention him. Yeah,
which isn't. I mean, I'm okay with that too.
It's not terrible.
It's not awful. He's only making like $1 million. So.
And Chucky Lindgren went to.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
I know. I was hoping to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Darcy Kemper leaves that Colorado Avalanche and goes to Washington. We've all talked about how he's not a goalie, but winning a Stanley Cup is going to get you that attention.
Why would you
so
leave
that
just
Ben
a
Sherratt deal
loaded
was
team?
4 years, $19 million. So I a little much, but
For who?
Ben Sherratt. I just completely blanked on that.
Okay.
Sorry.
So another big name goalie, and we can get into Toronto. I don't know what they're doing because
You didn't mention the biggest person who got signed.
Who's that?
Johnny Good. Yeah, that guy.
Gaudreau.
That's
so
because Columbus is still going to be one of the shittiest teams in the league. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So how much money did he get? I didn't see that actually.
It was like 7 years for.
I saw 7 years.
I saw that rumor that he was
$74
he could have went to the Blues.
What was it? Yeah, I mean, possible.
0.6.
0.6.
68.6 million.
Oh, I thought you said just 0.6. I'm like,
Oh.
he went to Columbus for
what a deal.
$0.6 million.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that one surprised me for sure. But with Toronto, what I was saying is they let Soup go, which they Jack Campbell, because they have a goalie coming up that won I messed up the name earlier. The College Player of the Year award. Hobie Baker.
Is that the one that was taking steroids though?
The goalie?
Yeah.
It must have been. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can't think of another goalie. McKay was his name.
Yeah. So it was from Minnesota State.
They let Campbell go, and he went to Edmonds, which I thought was I know he had his struggles last year at the end of last year with Toronto.
Well, he's always been up and down.
Yeah, I think that could be really good for them, though.
It could also be really bad.
It definitely could.
They could have the exact same problem they've been having. So
yeah, very true. Let's see who else we got here. Claude Giroux, we mentioned him going to Ottawa. Vincent Trocheck went to the Rangers. Malkin to the Malkin to the Penguins. Yeah, Andrew Kopp to the Red Wings, like you mentioned. Max Domi went to the Blackhawks, which I can't wrap my head around really.
Domi?
Yeah. And
It's a funny name.
he's a pretty solid player going to a Blackhawks team that's one of the worst teams in hockey.
Yeah.
He's going to be
Funny.
gone by the deadline no matter what. Let's see who else. Brent Burns, who's like 57 years old or something. He went to Carolina.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. He's still under contract for 3 years, and they got rid of D'Angelo, so he's going to just fill in that spot there.
So do they
Carolina.
trade for him?
Yeah, Steven Lawrence, E2 McNiemi, and a 2023 third-round pick.
Huh.
Yeah. Eric Comrie's a goalie. He went to Buffalo. Do you know Mikheyev for the Blue Jays? Maple Leafs?
Yeah.
He went to Vancouver, 4 years, 19 mil. I think that's another loss for Toronto. I'm trying to skip
everything
like,
I am hearing Vancouver sounds like they got better.
Yeah, definitely. Mikhail Sergachev for Tampa, 8 years, 68 mil.
Re-signed with him?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Grice with us. I mean, he's one of the top 3 defensemen in hockey.
Yep.
So.
Eric Cernak also re-signed with Tampa Bay, 8 years, 41.6 mil. I mean, this money is crazy. They're just racking it in.
Yeah.
Anthony
Hasn't
Cirelli
the cap
also
gone up like every year?
Yeah, it has.
Right? Because I think NHL is like gaining popularity. And
I thought it was a flat cap still.
I could have sworn it raised, but you can double check that.
Who do you think we could get for Tarasenko, like trading him?
I mean, he's gone now, right? I mean,
is he a free agent?
No, he's not.
Yeah,
I thought we still had him.
No, he's still got a year.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Use him as a trade piece.
Trade him and Krug, McDavid.
The cap.
Yeah, I'd take that all day.
No.
And all our first round picks for the rest
it's
of
been
the
it's been a flat cap. It's a flat cap still.
Okay. All right.
81.5 million since 2019.
Anthony Cirelli re-signed with Tampa Bay as well, 8 years, 50 million. We mentioned Darcy Kemper, Perron. Those were all like the really big names that I had. But
so the Islanders haven't done a damn thing.
The Islanders what?
Haven't done anything.
Oh yeah, I mean they were in the running for Gaudreau, and I thought they had a really good chance. But yeah haven't done anything at all.
So who's still left? The biggest names: Kadri,
Palat. Is a really
re-signed?
big one. Yeah, Palat's still available, as far as I know.
John Klingberg for the Stars.
Yep, Klingberg.
That'd be. I wish we could pick him up. That would be awesome.
He's another lefty, but yeah, I mean he's proven himself and he's solid for sure.
I hate how hockey they're either right or left, especially on NHL 22. It messes me up all the time.
I always accidentally put like 2 lefties together, and I just like screw myself over because of it. Yeah,
well, Tkachuk plays a like left wing, and he's a lefty. I'm like, how am I going to score anything?
Yeah,
I don't like to pass.
Yep. Yep. So we're gonna skip college football, and move on to NFL. We'll do college football next
Give
episode.
a little hint. It's gonna be toughest places to play.
Yeah, I did like a top 3.
We want to hurt your feelings.
And also NHL wise, if you have not, I mean, I've been posting every player deal, so follow our Instagram to keep up with that. But let's move on to the NFL. Minnesota Vikings are next up. I have the Minnesota Vikings at 8 and 9. What you guys thinking?
Okay, I was gonna look at their schedule, but I forgot, so I'm just gonna talk it through right now.
All right, go for it.
Yet.
They're a team that I think every year on paper they should be really good, but they never are.
Yeah. So I literally wrote down their offense is just explosive.
Yes.
I mean, we're talking Kirk Cousins, who whatever, he's good, but Dalvin Cook, Jefferson, and Thielen are just all. I mean, Thielen's getting older, but they're all superstars in their own right.
Like 9. What did you say?
I said 8 and 9.
Wait, what are the 9 and
17?
God, what
9 and 8?
9 and 10? No, 9 and 7.
8.
Yeah, I'll go around there. Yeah, 9 or 8,
Okay.
8 or 9.
They'll be right around 500.
Okay.
They could either go really high or really low.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And
they have a lot of what's it
Like,
called?
Their offense, though, Kirk Cousins,
unpredictable.
like, yes, he doesn't perform always the best during the biggest games. But if you look at his stats compared to other people, he's really good.
Definitely. Yeah. For me, the biggest thing is their defense. They were ranked 24th in football last year. And I don't see any. I mean, they have a couple stars, Kendricks and
Daniil Hunter. He's a beast.
Hunter. Yeah. So those
they
two.
Got Zadarius Smith. I believe he played for the Packers last year.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Harrison Smith, Patrick Peterson's playing there, and then they drafted some defensive players. They drafted Lewis.
How old is Harrison Smith now?
He's pretty old.
He's the white safety, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I remember him as. It's one of a kind.
Like one of two white safeties in the NFL.
What is it? Weddle?
Yeah.
Whenever he was around, those were the only two I could think of.
So they got safety Lewis Sign.
Okay.
A safety from Georgia. And then they got, to me, obviously I'm biased, but I think they got the steal of the draft, and that's Andrew Booth, cornerback from Clemson. Colin Smiling, but like I watched all his games, and my God, he is amazing. He made I sent AJ the video, like his interception. That was I was at that game. That was the greatest interception I've ever seen. Yep. He's really good at tackling, which cornerbacks really aren't, but I do not remember him missing a tackle, or if I did, it was like one or two. I think he was really good, like really good open field tackler, just a really good cornerback, and good at targeting the ball, I guess, in the air.
Yeah. So are you going? I said 9-8, and you guys both said around 500. Are you going over at 9-8? Or are you going?
Yeah,
the benefit of the doubt. Their conference, or their division, they should beat the Bears and Lions twice, and maybe steal one from the Packers.
Yeah,
because the Packers are down this year.
Yep. Actually, I didn't even look at their schedule. I'll run through it now.
I like their rosters, as you were saying, their offensive roster is pretty dang good.
I don't know how their O line is, but
yeah, I don't either. But a big question is Dalvin Cook needs to stay healthy. But at the same time, if he gets hurt, you have the doppelganger Alexander Madison come and play like amazing.
So all
I know is if Dalvin Cook gets hurt, you pick up Madison in fantasy and you'll get the same production.
Yeah. Oh, he goes nuts. Yeah.
Actually, I have them. They're going to make the playoffs. Looking at their schedule, they're going to be a playoff team.
Like a double-digit win.
10 wins.
10.
Yeah, they'll win 10 games. I don't know.
Is it because you saw the Cowboys on their schedule? Is that why?
Oh yeah, I chalked that up as a win.
Yes.
So the Cowboys will probably be like 8-9, 9-8.
That's why I'm sad. The 16-game season isn't there, because we were notorious for just going 8-8. It's such like a perfect number, but we can't do that. We can't keep the tradition alive. But obviously, the Vikings have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, who are beasts, and then they have Irv Smith, who I think was hurt last year. He's supposed to be good. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be good. He's just been hurt.
So we're going to do this in a couple weeks, we mentioned. And I mean, going up to the NFL season, we're obviously doing our teams here, but we're going to do like we did in baseball. But off the top of your head, I mean, when healthy, are you taking Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, or Christian McCaffrey?
Like fully healthy, and there's no chance they get hurt at all?
Yep, fully healthy. Because I have my name in my head, and
I'd go Cook or McCaffrey just because they can catch.
Really? See, I would go Henry.
I was leaning towards Henry as well.
He's just so massive. He's a monster.
He's good, but I think McCaffrey, he literally almost had did he have 1,000 receiving and 1,000 rushing yards that one year?
I think he did. Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
With quarterbacks that haven't been,
like he can run the same amount of yards as Derrick Henry and catch 100 more, and also he can do better in short yard situations, which Derrick Henry cannot do.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think a lot of people would take Dalvin Cook also. I think he'd be in that conversation.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook. Yeah,
he puts up
basically like Christian McCaffrey.
Numbers. Yeah.
Did you guys see real quick that Le'Veon Bell is quitting the NFL and to focus on boxing?
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
that.
that'll be fun.
He used to be the best
Yep.
running back in the league, and now he's
It's
boxing.
crazy. It's so crazy, man.
That's nuts.
Don't
Yeah, he
hold
went
out for
from
money. now.
electric. Yeah. My final analysis for the Vikings is that I think they, like Colin were saying, I think they could be a double-digit win team and a playoff team because of their offense. But
They could
the
win
deep-
any game,
Yeah.
really.
Totally. They could go 17-0 for sure. But no, their defense just is not.
Now they play the Cowboys. They'll lose one.
I mean, I like that you're just honest with yourself.
Hey, after literally like every year, I get my expectations up because I'm like, oh yeah, we're looking good. Yeah, always heartbroken.
Yep.
Dak Prescott forgets how to play football or something. I think we should just start whoever our backup was. I already forgot his name. But he won when we
Cooper
played
Rush.
the Vikings last. Yeah, Cooper Rush. Beast.
Cooper Rush.
A ginger.
So this episode will be out on Thursday, and we'll be back over the weekend, probably closer to Sunday. So we get a couple days in between here. But until then, we will see you guys later and have a good rest of the week.
See you guys.
Yep.